What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Thursday, March 23rd, 2023. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Man, we've been talking about this day for a long time. A lot of astrologers have. It's Pluto in Aquarius. Came in at 5:23 a.m. on the West Coast. Crazy. It's going to revolutionize our lives in many different ways. There'll be many breakouts. People are going to individuate themselves from so much of the program of Capricorn over the next 20 years. It's going to blow people's minds. And technology is going to be a thing. And my hope, or my ideal, which is Aquarius also, is that it's human technology. It's our pineal glands, our ability to go into different timelines, telepathic energy. I really hope that that ancient technology that's built into humans is something that just gets amplified and, intensified in our lives over the next 20 years. And I think with Neptune in Pisces for this Ingress and for the next couple years here, it's definitely a possibility to kick things off that way. So that's my hope and my ideal for the greater good of a win-win for the collective, is to be able to understand everybody on a much more personal level, but while still holding your individuated sense of self. Well, my new course, Karma, the Karma Resolution Crash Course, is definitely now available for purchase. It's on my website, fixedairmoon.com. You can click the link in the description below. It's there too. I'm super excited for this course. I've been diving into different ways to see karma in our charts, past life stuff, just going deeper into the sensitive parts that even subconsciously that we might not even realize make up who we are and make up things that take place in our life, that if we can all come to a place of understanding, we can resolve so much of this in our life and, really be on the right side of karma. For better or for worse, this is going to help us not be a victim to karma, but to be an experiencer of it, to be just in resolution form. So I'm really excited to bring this class to everybody. It's going to start March 31st and go to April 1st. So it's a 2-day course, about 4 or 5 hours each day. And I'm going to have it all structured out real nice. And it's going to be a lot of info in that time and a heavy hitter. So I'm excited. And I hope to see you there. So let's take a look at the chart. Oh, man. Pluto in Aquarius. That's crazy. It is wild. It's a big ingress. And of course, it's going back into Capricorn. We all know that by now. But this short little stay here is something that's really gonna show us like a little precursor to the next 20 years. What that means, it's hard to really know. I mean, last time Pluto came into Aquarius, it was a revolutionary war. So there's absolutely a revolution taking place in just a world level, societal level, just people, societies. We're going to see it in governments. We're going to see it in, the powers that be. It's going to be very interesting. There's going to be breakaways. There's going to be breakouts. There's going to be people starting to do their own thing, and unapologetically, in my opinion, too, but also forming really strong groups and tribes. It's going to be a big thing here. And again, I hope that it's the human technology that surpasses all, but there will be, technological advances as well, in my opinion. But I hope it's the human stuff. I really do. But wow, here we are. So I think on a personal level, just over the next 20 years, you're going to start to realize your uniqueness on a much deeper, more intense level. You're going to start to embrace that. You're really not going to confine yourself. Aquarius comes after Capricorn. Yes, Saturn's a co-ruler, but Aquarius is all about the liberation from control and confinement. It really breaks out of, that Capricorn Saturnian energy and does it its own way. And it finds others that do it in a similar fashion, and it connects, and it can be extremely disconnected at the same time too. So we can also be feeling like, whoa, I'm extremely disconnected right now. Or we can feel an intense need to connect, especially with a South Node in Scorpio, which wants the merge. It wants people so bad. So there can be definitely, and with Pluto starting to square these nodes, especially now that they're in the same modality of the fixed signs, they will square exact in cardinal at 29 Capricorn and Aries and Libra. But we're not quite there yet. But we are starting to really feel this nodal square, which, we do need people. That's the thing, right? Like, life would suck without other people. We need people. But we also can't be so codependent that we're suppressing our unique nature, to find that way, find that innovation, that quality that sparks something special in ourselves, but also shows people and sparks that in another, because that's the opposition of Leo, right? Leo is this courage, right? It's strength, it's self-actualization. So we also have to remember that Leo energy and know that it takes courage to be an individual. It takes courage to be unique. It takes courage to just be unauthentically yourself. And I think that that's a really big part of where the next 20 years are going, because it's almost like we can want to stay stuck, but if we don't innovate and be more of who we are, more human, then, we're kind of just going to be in some kind of a socialistic could look like a very socialistic kind of world. You could see a lot of like, this is the way to everybody fall in this line, and that's kind of the darker side of Aquarius too. So I'd hope that, this is definitely an energy that wants to break free. It's not necessarily in a malicious way, hopefully, for people, but definitely like sick of the confinement, the control, and learning how to break out of that and use the South Node to move passionately and to find really strong bond, really strong connection, but not to lose track of self and self-worth and what you have to build for yourself. That is so important also. Kind of crazy that the moon, just hours after the Ingress, is going to come into Taurus and make that square. So Pluto just comes into Aquarius today, and the moon comes through and gets exalts itself in Taurus, and is just like, hey, Pluto. And it becomes a very, very, very emotional day. And in a sign where Pluto is very deeply emotional, but Pluto's over here in Aquarius like, whoa, wait a second. I don't want to be emotional. I got to figure these things out. I got to disconnect emotionally. And the moon's like, well, actually, you're going to have to feel. You're going to have to feel the difference that life is. Life is different now. And you have to feel that, and you have to ground that in it, and you have to find security and be, feel safe in it. And you can't hold on to just anything. Like, there's certain things that are great and there's certain things that are not. And there's an area of life where it has to be a disconnection and a grasp. And it's just like, this is something only your body knows. Only yourself knows. And it cannot be told to you what you need to drop and let go of or what you need to hold on to. You have to trust and have the courage to know that what you feel is true. But it's definitely going to be emotional, but we're going to want to almost like escape the emotion, if you will. Like, I don't think I want to feel that. Actually, you do. You want to feel that today. You really want to be present in your body and in your feelings today so that you can get a grasp of this new energetic frequency that we're all feeling. I believe that's very important. And the moon's going to meet with the North Node today. It's going to get close to Venus, but it's not going to conjunct Venus. And it is going to sextile Saturn. So Saturn's kind of doing us some favors here, right? In Pisces, like, it's kind of letting the moon let go. It's saying, yeah, karma's being resolved. There's big, heavy aspects of whether it's control or commitments that no longer hold value. Things are just changing, and it's okay. It's okay to feel safe in change. That's really what it is. And it's like, and it's stepping up and being, I got this. I can be grounded in here, and I know this is intense. I feel energetically a shift has taken place, but I'm here for it, right? And I'm ready to stay persistent for the most valuable life that I can live for myself. And value is very subjective. So your subjectivity is so important for the objectivity of the collective. And even Mars, final day in Gemini, it's starting to trine Saturn. So very good energy. It is quincunx over to Pluto. The moon's going to come to 29 before it comes into 29 Aries before it comes into Taurus, right? And it's going to make a sextile to that Mars. So Mars is like kind of ready to break things down a little bit here. It's been in Gemini for so long and retrograded that it's finally on its final day, and it's like ready to just move forward with the truth. It's ready to move forward with what it knows instinctually and emotionally that it needs to feel good about self, to feel good about its own truth so that it can deliver the message in a way that makes sense. So there's definitely like an ability to communicate emotions even through weird, unorthodox situations, because that's the quincunx to Pluto. It's just like there is some really deep, weird situations that feel odd, and we might not be able to put our finger on it right now. But the best thing we can do is feel. The best thing we can do is to come to some terms with our feelings and at least recognize that we're feeling them, because that's an understanding in itself. And Mercury's here at 9, going to come to 10 degrees of Aries, and it really just wants to take the thought and put it out there, and it wants to be direct, and it wants to receive it direct. Like, we don't want to play these games anymore. It's almost like Pluto comes out of Capricorn and we're like done playing stupid hierarchical games of like what you can say, what you can't say. It's like, no, just say it. Just say it. I just need to know, or you need to know. So there is like a burst of like, just, this is the truth. This is what it is. This is how I feel. This is what I'm doing. It's definitely, it's a little shocking. It feels a little shocking. I'm not going to lie. But it's good. So it's a big shift today. So much is being identified. A whole new energy, a whole new story, a whole new frequency. And we're just getting a taste of it. And then Pluto's going to come back into Capricorn. We're going to kind of do this dance for a little bit. But this is kind of, intensely kicking off like December 21st of 2020, when Jupiter and Saturn met at 0 Aquarius, the great conjunction. But really it was a grand, conjunction. It was the shift of element from earth to air. So it was a big deal, and now Pluto's coming over to transform it almost instantly. If you think about it, like, what are the odds that we would have a 20-year conjunction, but really a 200-year conjunction because of the change of element, and then just 2.5, I guess 2.5 years later, about, Pluto would come over it and really just deeply ignite the energy, while Jupiter and Saturn are in a semi-square, their first semi-major aspect since that conjunction. Pretty interesting stuff. The stories, the way we limit ourselves, the way we limit our beliefs, the way we limit going farther, the way we have to show up, the way we have to have integrity. It's almost like we cannot amplify if we cannot, find that solidity and that solid, firm place of our own integrity to just do it, to step up, to be a boss. So it's like this, it is this sweet spot energy that's like, you want amplification? Well, you got to go get it. You want to make the biggest visions come true? Well, you better be ready. You better be ready to keep going. It's like you still can't give up. And that's kind of a big part of it. And then a big part of it's Saturn in Pisces. It takes faith. It takes compassion. It takes unconditional love. And we got to let go of so much of the parts of ourselves that hold on to the toxicity of life and try to make life a dumpster when it's really not. Like we're ready to dump everything off at the dumpster so we can really start to see where we can break away into our most authentic, true selves. So, huge time for the collective, huge time for humanity. And I am very excited. So, can't wait to experience this with you all, I hope. Hope that helps you today, and we're going to talk so much more about all this in the future, and I'm looking forward to that live today where I will definitely talk much, much more about it, and for every sign. So, check out that course if you're interested. I'm super excited for this one. I'm like ready for it. Let's see what's in the tarot for this Pluto Ingress. Oh, the 9 of Wands. You're getting a finger at the old rectum, huh? And the old prostate exam. Life kind of can feel like a prostate exam right now. Like, I've never had one before, but it does feel like there's some alien like object kind of like coming into our lives in a place we weren't expecting. Like, what is that? You know, it's kind of probing. But that's Aquarius. Aquarius is so alien. It's so weird. And there are things probing into our reality right now that are testing our wands, you know, courage, our passion. Do we have what it takes to keep going, to finish? So we kind of have to like keep going, even though it does feel like, whoa, what is that? We got the Page of Cups in reverse. Well. It's like we don't want the results from this exam. Pluto's probing us in a place that we weren't expecting right off the bat, and it's good to feel right now. Don't block the feeling. I feel like that's very important. We can get very disconnected from feeling. We don't want to do that. There's truth in the feeling, in your receptivity to life right now, and don't like shy away because you don't want to see the truth. Like, this is not a time to be like, you can't, or I can't handle the truth. Like, no, you can handle the truth, and if you have the truth, you better deliver it regardless. Like, that's kind of where the non-emotional place comes in. It's not that you blocked yourself from emotion, it's that you delivered the truth without emotion because it's the truth and you don't have a choice today. You always have a choice, but that's where I'm at with that. Two of Cups. Well, that old couple looks happy at the strip club. I love this badass tarot deck. It's been a while since I've used it. This is the badass tarot too. But hey, that's a soulmate card, right? Two of Cups. And I mean, I guess if an old couple can go to a strip club and have smiles on their face and enjoy themselves, they are soulmates, because that is kind of odd. But it is kind of odd. It's almost like it is the odd couples that are going to come out on top just because they're unique. There's like a uniqueness right now that's so special. And it's like if you're not just being truthful and being honest about who you are, you know, things might feel really probed and really weird right now. But gosh, if you're being an authentic version of yourself, you're just going to be met with love. And you're going to be met with receptivity from people, and there's going to be so much connection that's going to blow people's minds, and we're going to innovate and change the world over the next 20 years. Like, Pluto and Aquarius is weird, but it changes the landscape because we innovate and find new ways and better ways for the collective. It's just going to it's going to be a process. It might not look like that way right now. It might not look like that 5 years from now, but 20 years from now, we're all going to have a new way of really finding tribe energy in people that we're on the same frequency with, that really bring a lot to the table, and we're all going to get through this alien probe together. I love you all very much. I hope you have a great day. I hope you're in good spirits. I'm excited, as you can probably tell from this horoscope. It's a big deal. It's this is like what we came here for, was these times. So let's own it. Let's be here. Let's make it happen. Why not? Love you all, and I will see you later today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Much love. Peace.